Hey guys, what's up? My name's Rob and I'm a teacher. I've actually been teaching for 12 years, mostly high school math, but I've taught all over the world. And I just thought I wanted to bring you a little video of things that I wish I knew if I could start over and do it again. First thing, this is good for everybody, whether you're a teacher or not. When you start a new job, but especially at a school, you want to make sure you know who the janitor is, who the main secretary is, who the sub coordinator is, and all the important phone numbers that go along with that. You don't want to end up in a spot where you need to get a hold of somebody and you don't have them, and also you make friends with those people, they'll take care of you. Okay, second thing, not that they're in any particular order, but this one's really important. So I've got a couple ideas to help you out. First thing is this: every day you have prep time and a little before school and a little after school time. If you view that as a break, that's an hour worth of work that you got to find some other time in your life to do. There's a lot of things when you're a new teacher that people are going to ask you for your time. For example, working at concession stands, basketball games, showing up to all that stuff. And you need to choose the things that you want to do, and you need to support students and support your school in the way that you feel comfortable. But you don't want to put yourself into a position where you are in debt with your time. All right, the third topic is setting the tone. And I'm basically talking about the way you want to be as a teacher when you enter the building and you start the year with your kids. Look, if you're a brand new teacher, you don't have a reputation set yet in your school. There's no kids walking around saying, oh, Mr. So-and-so, he's really this. Miss So-and-so, she's really that. What you do have an opportunity to do is set the tone that you want. So here's what I recommend. Start hard. It's always easy to bring it back as the year goes on, meaning really enforce your policies, enforce your procedures, enforce your rules. If you want to relax over time, students can handle that. What they can't handle is you being all loose and cool and whatever you want to do, everything's fine. And then when you get frustrated as a teacher, expecting the kids to match your frustration level and bring it back up. Here's the hard part though. You can't be somebody who you're not, okay? If you're not funny, you don't have to be funny. If you're not a yeller, don't be a yeller. Your students are going to remember their teachers and respond to the teachers who are the most consistent, okay? So whatever style you pick one that is actually you. And it's great if you're a new teacher because this is you basically starting out and building your reputation from the ground up as you start. So good luck with that. The fourth topic, but also maybe the most complex, is campus relationships. You got to be friendly with your students. You won't get very far if you're not, but you can't be friends with them. Things like social media are all over the place now. We've all got Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube, right? And the students are gonna wanna try to connect with you because that's what they do. Set your stuff to private, make it so that they can't see it. I recommend not letting your students call you by your first name. I know that happens with coaches and stuff like that, and you're used to in your life people calling you that, but there is something to be said about your students knowing that you're Mr. whoever or Mrs. whoever. So that's just one place that you can try to do that. Coaches, you're gonna have a deeper relationship with your students as players than you do as students. Their families are gonna be more involved in those sorts of things. So you got to just make every effort that you can to keep just that wall of sort of professionalism and distance between the personal relationship. Number one, so that nothing weird happens. But number two, you'll actually encounter less problems. You're gonna want to support your students, be at their games, do those sorts of things. You don't need to sit in the middle of the student section and lead the pep rally. But they love it that you show up. Other relationships really important is with your colleagues, and this one's kind of tricky because it borders on that friendly with students line. If you hear a student disparaging another teacher, like, oh, this teacher sucks, he grades so unfair, he does this or that. If you say, oh yeah, Mr. Whoever, he definitely does that. That gives so much traction to a student to be able to then use that against the other teacher, and you definitely want people doing that against you. Same thing with your boss, your principal. Maybe he's a real hard ass, but if you tell the kids that, then you sort of limit his role and his responsibility. All right, number 5, we're going to talk about professionalism. And mostly, even though there's a lot of different things that go along in this topic, I'm kind of talking about how you're going to dress for work. Look, it makes sense. You're going to dress nice on your first day, maybe put your suit and tie on, go in there, and you're going to make that a part of setting the tone. But I really encourage you not to lose that over the course of the year. I used to have a contest with one of my teaching partners. I was lost, of course, but it was like, hey, who can wear a shirt and tie the most days this year? And it really helped because when we would dress nicely, the students could tell that we were serious. We're about business, and it's an important place like that. Last thing, and this is really important, you're gonna get some gear from your school. It's gonna have your logo on it. You're gonna be like, go Bulldogs, go Falcons, go Tigers, whatever. All right, Friday afternoon, don't drink in that. All right, because the whole town sees you up there doing that kind of stuff, and then inevitably you will get a phone call to your school that says, hey, why are your teachers wearing our gear and going out and being all crazy out on the town? All right, so that's the list. A couple good things to think about. Listen, I want you guys, whether you have experience as teachers, students, anybody, get it in the comments. We can get a little discussion going. I'll get back to you on that stuff. If you have any questions, anything that you'd want to see a video on, please let me know. And hey, I'm Rob. I'm looking forward to talking to you again.